And then immediately underneath that diagnosis that the website just gave you, go see if Januvia, Actos, Victoza, Farxiga are right for you. And any other drug you can think of, right? And you go straight to the doctor, and then we start that regimen, right? Because the information that's being given to us is being provided by our pharmaceutical companies who understand are spending billions of dollars every year to make us think that we need a pill or a medicine to fix our condition. And it's been like that since we were raised. Year after year after year after year. These myths, these sugar-coated lies, these half-truths, these things that we are experiencing are continuing day after day. And we all just agree that the medications are not fixing the root of our problem. So, all right. Here's one of the myths that we have. Diabetes always gets worse. Now, what you just said was a very good question, and I'm very glad you said that, because the CDC, Center for Disease Control, one of the most powerful organizations on planet Earth, goes on record, public record, to say diabetes is preventable and it is controllable. This should be mainstream information that everybody should be able to see. But if it's preventable and controllable, to go to your question exactly, should it also be reversible? Absolutely should be. And guess what it is? And I'm going to show you exactly how that process happens, step by step. Diabetes is preventable, it's controllable, and it's reversible. Understand again, diabetes, or genetics play 3 to 5% role. Our lifestyle choices play 95 to 97% role. And then, actually, let's look at this right here. Like I said, the genetics, anybody ever said, oh, your grandmother had it, your father had it, so now you'll probably have it, and if you do get it, don't feel too bad. And she's pointing it at mom and daughter? Grandma and daughter. See?
Granddaughter.
3 to 5%. Kelsey, you will be healthy. 3 to 5% is genetics. Now, I want people to understand that. Your lifestyle choices that we all just said at the beginning, diet, exercise, stress, medications that aren't working, are continuing our disease. But the truth is, right here at the bottom, lifestyle can trump genetics. It absolutely can, and it will. And then, this is the one I can't stand. As long as you take your medication, diabetes is not a big deal. Who in here disagrees with that? Every hand should be up. Guess what? You're taking your medicine every day. Do you still have diabetes? That's a pretty big deal.
Yes.
That's a pretty big deal still. So I ask anybody that says that, because this show is recorded and I hope somebody's watching, really? Really? It's not a big deal. It's a massive deal, because the symptom is being addressed, not the disease. We have to address the disease at the core. Now, talking about the symptoms, let's take a look at them. Here's the first one. Weight gain. I want to tell you guys something right now. This is something everybody in the room needs to understand. We all deserve this information. Weight gain does not cause diabetes.
Right.
Diabetes causes weight gain. And I'm going to explain that to you in full descriptive detail here in a second. But that is a symptom of diabetes. Right? Next one. Anybody in here experiencing this?
Yes.
Neuropathy. Everybody is.
Yes.
My father's a type 2. And he experiences it. And I'll get into that in just a second. But neuropathy, 70% of that. We can all see that? Oh, it was cut off at the bottom of the screen, but yeah, it still works. 70% of diabetics experience neuropathy. Nerve ending. Pain in the nerve endings, mostly in the feet, sometimes in the hands. Then it can spread to the shoulders and the neck and so on and so forth, right? They have a medication for neuropathy, but that's the symptom, not the disease. Then it gets a little bit more extreme, peripheral vascular disease. That is the leading cause of amputations in this country, peripheral vascular disease. Diabetes is the leading cause to peripheral vascular disease. Now, how this happens, sometimes the amputation might be a finger, might be a toe, foot, or a hand. In extreme cases, when it gets way off the rails, an arm or a leg. Diabetes is the leading cause to this condition, which is the leading cause to losing a piece of your body. And then, which has happened, which has exploded in the last 30 years, when diabetes started to explode 30 years ago, or 31, 32, heart attack and stroke. Diabetics are 2 to 4 times more likely to have a stroke or a heart attack than a non-diabetic. Also, 80% of people that have a stroke or a heart attack will get another one. Complications of diabetes, not the disease. Now this one has started to surface recently too. Anybody in here experiencing any of this? Yes, diabetes is causing blurred vision, disrupted vision, eye pain, glaucoma, ultimately leading to blindness. Eye disease, coming from diabetes, right? Now this is where it gets a little bit more extreme, kidney failure. Kidney failure is the leading cause to dialysis. I do not care how many beautiful women, how many hot rocks you get to lay on at your dialysis spa. It is still dialysis in a spa. Diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure, and kidney failure is the leading cause to dialysis. Now, this one is a very personal area to myself, because like I said, my father, and my very first show that I had, when I was blessed with the opportunity to speak on this, my father and my mother were in the audience. Now, diabetes is something that is on both sides of my family. My grandmother on my mom's side had it. She had it for 24 years. Then on my other side, my dad's side, my dad directly has diabetes. So two sides of, two angles, right? Diabetes is very, very personal in my life. Now, my grandmother did a very good job at controlling it. My father's doing a very good job at controlling it. Unfortunately, they still had it. They still had to deal with it. They had to do the checkups. They had to do the shots. They had to poke their finger every morning, and I know that's not fun. They had to take the pills. The pills didn't stop. Take the pills didn't stop. Go to the checkup, come home, and they set another pill bottle down. I said, what? And it didn't stop. It kept going and it kept going. And for me, it's a very personal thing when I'm able to speak on this, because me, what I do, my art, I'm a public speaker. I'm an entertainer. This is what I do. I motivate, I inspire, and I educate. When I found this company, they didn't find me. I went to them because of how passionate I was. And I had a chance to speak on this. I stand behind this 101%, because my very first show changed my father's life. His program starts tomorrow at 2 p.m. on the 30th. It's me. I want to be the one that helps my father, because you're not the burden. We are not the burden. It's the disease that is affecting our life that's the burden on the family. And then ultimately, with complications that come with diabetes, comes the loss of life, the massive heart attack in the sleep, the stroke. Unfortunately, that's where it could possibly lead to all complications of diabetes. I don't want to sit here and to scare anybody, because this is a positive thing. We all are understanding that the system isn't working correctly. And now it's time for us to make an alternative. Now it's time for us to make a change. I would like to show you guys a testimonial of a gentleman, yep, it's ready, of a gentleman who sat in this audience. He sat through one of the shows. His name is Larry. He's just a regular, everyday individual. He had diabetes. He was insulin dependent. He came in and he sat through one of these shows, and the information got to him because he had had enough. And he said, okay, I'm motivated. I'm ready to invest in my health. If nobody else is going to do it, I have to do it, because you and only you can make you healthy. So I want to show you a quick testimonial here from Larry. If I can get this to play. Here we go. Oh.
With us for a few months, and I wanted to let him share what he's went through over the course of this program so far. He's just finishing up detox today, I believe, and wanted to see, first of all, what kind of things brought you to us, to Piro?
Well, I'm diabetic, and I was taking so much insulin that I want to retire. Once I retire, I would not be able to afford my insulin. That's one of the reasons. And plus, I wasn't feeling that well. I kept gaining weight, which insulin causes. Yeah. And I just wanted to try to get healthy.
Okay. And how are you feeling today?
I feel great.
Good.
I lost almost 25 pounds, and I think it's been like 2 months.
Okay.
And cut my insulin back to maybe a fifth of what I was taking. 1 shot a day now instead of 5.
Wow.
I'm doing great. I've got to cut out other medications, 3 or 4 other medications. I've got a few more to go, but
okay.
When I get there, I don't want to have any medications.
Good. I think definitely these goals are some things that we're definitely be able to do for you. And honestly, you're doing this for yourself. I mean, these changes are things that you've been able to sort of to work through. And a question I wanted to ask is, do you think this is something that, regular people, people like yourself would be able to just to fit into their day and manage
Well, I
to
think
make these
so.
changes?
If you have the desire,
Yeah.
you can do it, absolutely. I mean,
Okay,
it's not hard, it's just, you have to set your mind to it, and you can do it,
okay,
guaranteed.
all right. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate your input and your feedback from the program so far, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
All right.
All right, so let me just shift over here. Now, there's a couple things that I find very, very, very important about Larry's testimonial. If you didn't catch it all, I just wanted to highlight it. Now, the reason why Larry wanted to join and why he felt this program was so beneficial for him is because he was insulin dependent and he had diabetes. He was experiencing massive weight gain.